Michigan State and Minnesota. You got Minnesota here favored on this one. And Minnesota here favored by 7. There it is. Game number 121, 122. Right at the top of the board. And the total here is, there we go. Okay. And the total here is currently at 40, dropped to maybe its lowest number so far, open 41.5 here with Michigan State and Minnesota. Saw Michigan State not ready for their matchup against the binocular laden Michigan team last week. And maybe this might be a better matchup here this week for Michigan State against Minnesota. Maybe they may be more apt to compete here in this one. I don't think that, Minnesota possesses the same type of defense that Michigan certainly possesses. So maybe Michigan State can have a little bit more success, it feels like, offensively here. But you know what? Maybe so can Minnesota. I don't know if we're ready for one of those drop down, drag out games here necessarily, as Thomas likes Michigan State. But I don't know if it's going to be necessarily the Big Ten low-scoring game. I feel like I want to go over in this one with Michigan State. Minnesota can probably, put up some points. I mean, after all, they are favored in the game. Michigan State, this has always been a terrible matchup for Michigan State. Minnesota's covered 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two games, a series that usually the points come into play. The underdogs covered 12 of the last 15 meetings. Michigan State's not doing very well in some key categories as well when it comes to covering. They're just 2-9-1 against the spread in their last 12 games against a team with a winning record. They're also 2-6-1 against the spread their last 9 games on the road. Minnesota's not covering very well either. They've covered just 2 of their last 8 games. But for me, I'm gonna end up going over in this game at 40.5. Nothing to indicate these teams necessarily haven't been, trending over necessarily, but for me at 40.5, with Michigan's, Michigan State is going to be more comfortable here for sure, I would think, in this one. And you look at a game like where they just went in and played Rutgers, where they were a 4-point dog, remember, and that one was 27-24 when they played at Rutgers as a 4-point dog. So you tell me Minnesota is going to be a 7-point favorite. To me, I would think, maybe the spread is a little heavy. Feels like it's going to be about a touchdown game. So to me, if it is going to be a 1 touchdown game, I think Michigan State probably hangs in there, and that's going to get this one probably over the total, it feels like to me. I mean, Michigan State even went over against Iowa, at Iowa. They were getting 10 points in that one, and the total was 36.5. This one feels like, it's going to be close. I'm not going to have any premium probably in this game. The total is going to end up right there, like 42, 43 points, what I feel like. If it was a closely rated game here, I probably would lean under, actually. If it was Minnesota by 3 or 4, maybe it'd end up around 38. Now, I know those are fine lines, but, that's just, to me, that's the way the tempo goes. And that's what I specialize in, are totals. So I'm going over here. People always say, you're costing your, with totals, because people, but to me, more people give out sides. I like to give out totals. Less people do it. So you can always count on me for your totals. And I'll take over in this one.